A woman's body was recently found after 8 years of being missing in a basement in the Wissinoming neighborhood in Philadelphia, PA. Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a drive-through of the Wissinoming neighborhood here in Northeast Philadelphia. We're entering rush hour. That's why there's a lot of traffic. We're not far from a location where a body was just discovered in the basement of a house. We'll get more into details shortly. We're not far from the location. Wissinoming is a neighborhood in the near northeast section of Philadelphia. It was the site of locomotive builder Matthias Baldwin's estate, Wissinoming, which was located near Tacony and Van Kirk Street. We're not far from that location. We're also right next to I-95, which is Interstate 95. We're also next to several other neighborhoods such as, but not limited to, Mayfair, Tacony, and Bridesburg. We're approaching Bridge Street. We're at the intersection of Aramingo and Bridge. This is where Aramingo merges to Harbison Ave. If we continue going forward, however, we're going to make this left-hand turn coming up shortly on Torresdale Avenue. We have a Global gas station on our left-hand side, which has gas for $3.45 per gallon, and then the competitor across the street, which is well-known, Sunoco, has gas for the same price. How's that for competition? On the next block, you see an Exxon gas station, which has gas for a couple cents more. It's $3.59 per gallon for regular fuel. So there are 3 public schools in the area, elementary schools: James J. Sullivan Elementary School, Henry W. Lawton Elementary School, and Mastery Charter, which is not far from here also. They serve this community. There is a middle school named Harding Middle School. And then you got Frankfort High School, which is the neighborhood high school for this neighborhood. All right, we're gonna make a left-hand turn coming up on Torresdale. We're now at the intersection of Torresdale Avenue and Harbison Ave. We have a Dunkin' Donuts on our right and an A+ Quickie Mart. Official pit stop of NASCAR. Let's make this left-hand turn. We're gonna make a quick right-hand turn on Brill. We have a little food, famous gyro guys or gyro guys. It's like a food cart. So this is a 2-way street. Unfortunately, you have to share the lane, so that vehicle just had to reverse in order to let the other vehicle by. So you would notice row homes on our left, row homes on our right. The ones on our right-hand side are 1-story ranchers. The ones on our left are 2 stories with front porches, front lawns. It's surprising because there's an abandoned one on my right-hand side. Normally, you don't see abandoned property in Northeast Philadelphia. And speaking of abandoned, the streets so far are pretty rough as soon as I entered Brill. We have some more 1-stories on our right-hand side, brick-lined homes. Okay, we're at Dittman and Brill. So Burton is the next block. Burton is the block where the body was discovered. It was the 5200 block of Burton, and on our left-hand side is the 5200 block. I don't think I will be able to proceed any further because, as you can see, I'm gonna go further just so that you guys can get a visual. But police have been in the area throughout the past week. They've been exhuming or excavating the body. Wow, it looks like there was a house over here that was potentially on fire on our left-hand side. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to go through in front of us. I'm gonna try to take this little back driveway. I'm gonna be very cautious though. These back driveways aren't too forgiving on the suspension. I'm already scraping on it. Ouch. Yep, scraped the whole entire chassis. So we're gonna try to go around the block so that you guys can get a better view of the block. It was the 5200 block of Burton. As you can see, you have decks, you have little miniature garages, and this is the back of their properties. So this is their driveway. So if you lived on either side of the opposing street and you wanted to enter the back of your house, you just come through your driveway. It's a shared driveway space and you go into your property. Some people use their garages for garage space. Many of them are closed off and they use them for other purposes. Oh wow, this doesn't look like it's gonna be a very friendly exit. I think I set myself up for failure coming through here. It's gonna hurt me more than it's gonna hurt you. Oh no. I can't do that, guys. I cannot do that. Not at all. So please forgive me, I'm gonna have to reverse this whole entire driveway. My exhaust was already grinding on the ground. And I know when I exit here, my front lip is probably going to, if you guys don't know what a front lip is, it's a valance. It's like a plastic front piece, kind of like a body kit, kind of like a skirt. I should have knew better. Northeast alleys are not too friendly. Ouch. For lower cars. I still grind it anyway, guys. I still grind it. I don't know if these microphones or headphones are doing an excellent job of noise cancellation, but ouch. My front lip came off. Oh, wow. I'm gonna have to take a look at the vehicle, guys. Give me a second, I apologize. Yes, this is the first and the last time that I will make that decision. That was a poor decision on my behalf because I wanted to get closer to the scene. I caused myself damage. My vehicle has been undergoing so much damage the last few weeks of me using it for virtual tours. Wow, I can't express how much damage my vehicle has been experiencing. And I think it hurts me more than it hurts the vehicle. The vehicle doesn't really care. It's just a vehicle. But for me, a person who cares about the vehicle and likes to do my best to maintain it, yeah, it hurts my soul, guys. So let's go around the block. I'm gonna make another attempt. Yeah, my front lip came off. Literally, both ends came off, the screws came out. Yeah, not a happy camper, guys, but it's kind of like before I started this, I realized that I lost my headset. Normally I keep the headset inside the vehicle, but last night I went to a gathering for a friend that just recently passed away. And I must have, I don't know, dropped it right after yesterday's live stream. And it was about a $40 headset. You know, sucks. It happens. I was just so proud of myself for not losing, because I normally lose headphones anyway, like those earbuds. I normally lose them. That's why I try not to invest in high-end ones. This is Burton right here, the 5200 block. Oh, wow. So it pretty much went all in vain because check it out. Burton's still sealed off. Okay, so enough about my vehicle woes. Let's get back to the story. So as of recently, this past week, there was reports, there was a tipster who let the authorities know that there was a body in a basement of a row home here in the Wissinoming neighborhood. So the police and the fire department came out. They didn't have any clear knowledge. They just went on that tip. They entered the house. The house, first of all, they said it took them a couple days to take out all of the debris and trash. There was piles and piles and piles of trash that did not allow them to enter the property. So before they entered the property, they had to clean out the property. I believe come day 3, they got to the basement and they started digging, and her body was 4 feet below cement. So she was buried and they put 4 feet of cement over her, and continue living there or renting the property. She was missing for 8 years. This was a person that was missing for 8 years. So as you can see, the block is still closed off. This is real deal Holyfield. Not far from here in Port Richmond, there was a standoff. There was a police standoff. There is a man who locked himself in a house. It looks very similar to this scene. Right now, it looks very similar to this scene. There's police surrounding the whole entire block in Port Richmond. And yeah, I see the medical examiner's vehicle over there. So it's interesting because on the way over here to document this, I saw that other huge crime scene where it's like closed off from 2-3 block square radius because he's armed. And I don't know if there's any hostages inside of the building. Port Richmond is a Polish American community. It's not far from here. It's literally like 8 minutes away, give or take, depending on traffic. But that's the scenario. We're on Jackson, 5200 block of Jackson to our left, 5299 to our right. Brew and Jackson, let's make this left-hand turn. So in this neighborhood, they also have the 15th Police District. Now, there's several questions that come to mind when you think about that body that was found in the basement. Neighbors said that they haven't really seen anybody in the property for about a year. So nobody was home. But, you know, I don't know if it was somebody who was renting the house that put that there. I don't know if it was the owner of the home that buried that in the basement. But it makes you wonder, how did the tipster get that knowledge? You know what I mean? Was the tipster a spouse of somebody who lived there and that person couldn't hold their silence and spoke of it to this person, and this person couldn't hold it because they knew that was heavy information and made the tip? Like, it's, you know, it all starts with the tip. They got a tip. That's how it started. And then as far as the actual concept of the body being placed in the basement is amazing. You know, being placed in the basement, buried, and then people were living there. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if the person who buried her there was living with her in the basement, knowing, or if they rented it out. You know what I mean? Or maybe the owner never knew somebody was buried in his basement. Look at right here on our left-hand side. This is the block. Let me see. No, Burton's the next block coming up right here on our left. Yep. The medical examiner is here. Let me point this way so that you guys can see the vehicles. I'm going to make a reverse though. As you can see, it's crime scene unit. Crime scene unit is on the scene right now as we speak. So I'm going to do this reverse. Children, don't try this at home. Adults, you can do what you want. Take now. But you guys see, this is an actual crime scene right now. This is in Northeast. And Northeast is usually a pretty well-rounded neighborhood, usually a pretty clean area. But this is the lower end. This is like the entry point of Northeast. So some people might say it would still have some ratchetness to it. As you can see, there's some graffiti, some trash. This block on our left looks very North Philly-ish. You see the houses? The facade changed real quick. There was an abandoned house on my right. If you guys are wondering, there's actually a chopper right up top of us. There's a chopper. There's a helicopter. Probably still reporting on it. And I'm surprised that the block still closed days later. Like, that happened a few days ago, and the block is still closed. So if you're wondering, is there shootings in this area? Yes, shootings happen, robberies happen, all sorts of little mischievous activities. For example, 6ABC reports on December 9th, 2022, man dead after shooting in the Wissinoming section. 2000 block of Carver Street, around 10 a.m. A 29-year-old man was found with a gunshot wound. He passed away. If we take a look at crime stats based on areavibes.com, Wissinoming receives an F rating related to crime. Total crime is up 44% below the national, up 44% above the national average. Violent crime is 115% above the national average. property crime is 30% above the national average. Let's make this right on Pratt Street, the 2000 block of Pratt. So key findings show that in Wissinoming, it is said that you have a 1 in 30 chance of becoming a victim of crime. Wissinoming is safer than 39% of the cities in Pennsylvania. Yeah, I hear a chopper. There's a chopper above. Let me roll down the window. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Yeah, these two-way streets suck. You see how right now coming up, we're gonna have to share this little lane right here. They're pulling over and they're being generous. Thank you very much. Bless your kind soul. Thank you. I waved at them. That's the least you can do when somebody does that. There's a UPS on our left. If I go left, I'm gonna have to literally wait behind them. And I don't really feel like waiting behind. I'm sorry about that reverse in the alleyway. Normally I like to keep these things uniform, and that really was not uniform. But the show must go on. So originally when they reported it, when license inspection and all that, we're working to clear out the home's debris, for a couple of days, there was no body found. So they were still working on that hunch. But eventually they did find a body. So good thing that there was I mean, not a good thing, but it's a good thing that it wasn't like a false call. You know what I mean? That would have been messed up if it was a false, like a prank call. But it turned out to be true. Some of the neighbors said, you never know who your next door neighbor is. It is surprising, said one neighbor who did not want to be identified. They discarded dumpsters full of belongings that were in the row home. Dumpsters full of belongings. So that place must have, I don't know, maybe it was an abandoned property. I don't know. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder how many other bodies you're hiding. You know what I mean? Or you're driving by that are hiding in a property. We could be driving by any house, and for all you know, on our left there's another body. Just think of that concept. If it went that long without anybody making it known, imagine how many other bodies are probably in basements across not only Philadelphia, PA, or across the nation, but all over the world. Like people, you know how they say you got skeletons in the closet? Like you never really know what people are hiding. You never know. We're on Walker and Hallworth, or Hallworth. I would actually just say Hallworth. It sounded stupid when I said Hallworth. Somebody that lived on the block said, I knew it was dirty in there, but I knew it was dirty in there, but I didn't realize it was this dirty. Crime scene investigators need all of this cleared out before they can focus their attention on the basement of the home. So they definitely had to clean all that out. That's crazy. So now they're probably gonna have to trace and backtrack on who owns the property, who was renting the property. You know what I mean? Gonna have to question those people. You gotta live with that on your conscience. Look, there's another nice block in front of us, actually with cobblestone. With red brick, I should say, brownstone. And it's a two-way street. So there's a UPS that was blocking us on the other block. He's blocking us here too. Oh snap, I just realized what house. Yo, my mom used to live right here on my left. Yo, hold on, no, my mom used to live right here on my right, Wakeling. I'm gonna make this right. This ain't even a two-way. She lived at this house. Hold on, is it this house? No, it was right here, Wakeling. Yo, I just realized, cottage, yeah. 5,000, this was her house. No, it was right here on the right. Yo, cause I saw the projects right here, cause my little brother, hood stunt, used to go right here to Harding Elementary School, or Harding Middle School. Yo, I just realized where I was at. You see? Crazy. If y'all follow my channel, y'all know I'll be passing cribs. I'll be like, my mom live here. My mom used to live here. I wasn't raised with my mom, but she moved around quite a few times. Yeah, we're right next to the skate park. I used to come to a skate park right around here. Then there's a project right here on my right-hand side. There's an actual project. So let's make this right so y'all can see the projects. Now, technically, when you get towards the projects and all, we're actually working our way towards Frankfurt. So now we're actually potentially in a different neighborhood because Frankfurt is right next to this area. So see right here on the left is the project housing. So this area can be rough. We got the police on our left stationed, and we have a police camera up top on our right. So normally when they put those cameras or they station actual units, that's because the area is troubled, and we're right next to the project. So who knows if the project has anything to do with it being troubled. See, Whitehall Apartments on our left-hand side. We're on Folk Rod, and we got another police camera up top. Please consider subscribing, guys. We have a $1,000 giveaway when we reach 100,000 subscribers. We're not far from that milestone. Turn on your notification bell and consider leaving a comment. Thank you very much.